All right, you're definitely going to want to buckle in and strap up for this one because this is a story about whew, insurance companies, doctors, drug companies, and I'm going to rant a little bit. In early January, I got diagnosed for the second time with CIDP, which is a rare autoimmune neuromuscular disorder. They recommended IVIG treatment to prevent the demyelination of the nerves from progressing any further than they have. I probably need to do a whole nother video about CIDP and diagnoses and misdiagnoses and all of that. I don't believe I have CIDP actually. But this was prior to me knowing that I had Lyme and Bartonella. So I went with this and I finally got scheduled for IVIG treatments the week of January 13th through 17th. I had to go every day for about 4 hours a day and be infused with the medication. And they have to do it slowly because it's immunoglobulin and they're putting it into your system. So the brand of IVIG that was prescribed to me was from this company named Espie. I went to the infusion center on Monday, January 13th, and they told me that my copay was going to be $8,000. They said that the drug costs about $100,000 and that my copay was going to be $8,000, which didn't make a lot of sense to me, and I wasn't expecting that. So then they explained to me that the company Espie has a program called Copay Assist, whereby you apply for Copay Assist and basically everyone qualifies. As long as you don't have multiple insurance coverages, you will qualify for their program Copay Assist. And what it is where the company that makes the drug, Espie, will pay a majority of your copay for you, so that your copay gets knocked down to about $135 for the first day and then $50 each additional day. A big difference between that and $8,000 for a copay. So they told me that my neurologist should have sent me information about it. This was a whole debacle. I had to apply for the Copay Assist, and eventually it all got sorted out, and I was able to get the IVIG treatment starting on January 24th, and I got treated from the 24th through the 31st. I actually got worse afterwards. That's, again, a whole ball of wax. Okay, so that's fine. So there's nothing really interesting about the story so far, and certainly wouldn't be worthy of making an entire video about this. But let me tell you what happened afterwards. So I was supposed to get follow-up infusions. I was supposed to go once every month and kind of get a maintenance infusion. And so the middle of February rolled around and I hadn't heard anything about scheduling anything with the infusion center, but I had a follow-up appointment with my neurologist on February 11th and explained to her that I hadn't heard from the infusion center. She said I'm supposed to be going every month for a maintenance infusion, and eventually, after several phone calls, emails, and so on and so forth, I got the infusion center and my neurologist connected, and I got a call from the infusion center. And the infusion center said that the script for the infusions was for another week-long treatment, and I told them that was inaccurate, and again, through the whole process of phone calls and emails, I had to connect my neurologist and the infusion center, and they got it corrected, but then they said they had to reschedule and reorder the drugs, and they said that might take a week or so. So I waited, I eventually called, and they said everything was in process. I don't really know what that meant, but there was nothing I could do but wait. I eventually never heard from them. And subsequently, somewhere about early March, I got a text or an email from my insurance company saying that there was a problem with the billing for the IVIG and that they were rejecting my claim and that now I owed them $80,000 because they weren't going to cover it. So I had to call the insurance company and get to the bottom of it after spending countless hours on the phone with the insurance agents. And it turns out that the insurance company, got the information that I had received the copay assist from the drug manufacturer and somebody flagged that as secondary insurance, which it's not. So the insurance company said that they would clear it up and that they would rebill all of the claims and everything would go through and it'd be fine. So I said, okay, fine. Slight aggravation, near heart attack, staring down an $80,000 bill, and all the other claims since January, the middle of January, that they subsequently denied because they thought I had secondary insurance. And this is a major insurance company, one that you would know by name if I said it. Anyway, got that cleared up with the insurance company. I still haven't heard from the infusion center. I don't know why. But today I did hear from my neurologist because she's freaking out because the insurance company is saying that the claim for her was rejected and that she's on the hook for paying what the insurance company was supposed to pay for my visit to her. Nobody in the medical industry reacts to you as a patient when you're having issues. Nobody reacts. Nothing's ever an emergency to anyone until somebody else doesn't get their money. That's when it becomes an issue. Now, you won't find me ever speaking about politics because I think politics is a losing sum game. But if you think that America is so great and capitalism is so awesome, then I hope you never get a chronic disease or condition or anything that requires you to navigate the medical field with anything that isn't just straightforward. Because if you do, you will find that capitalism is very quick to breed bottom-feeding, scum-sucking companies that overrun entire industries like the medical industry. This isn't the only place it happens, but this is one of the prime examples of where people suffer, patients suffer, people's health suffers. Aggravation is added to whatever condition you're dealing with medically to begin with. In fact, sometimes you acquire new psychiatric problems because of the medical system that you're trying to leverage to treat your physical problems. A quick note on the copay assist, because while that seems so benevolent for a drug company to offer to assist the patient with their copay for their uber expensive drug, if you scratch a little beneath that surface, why would any company help a consumer pay for the product that they are buying? And I can tell you why. It's because they have so overpriced their medication that their profit margins are enormous. And those profits and profit margins come from the payment by the insurance company, which for a drug that costs $100,000 and the insurance company paying 80 to 90% of that, that's $80,000 to $90,000 that they are securing immediately, which still leaves them with a tremendous profit margin. So they don't care about the copay. They don't care about the $10,000 that the customer has to pay, the patient has to pay, because they're getting all their money from the insurance company, which is guaranteed. And the perpetuation of this allows them to continually keep the price of these drugs overinflated so that patients can't get the treatment that they so need. This is America. This is capitalism. Suck nuts, nutsuckers!